Hey guys, Dingo here with another Saffron Academy tutorial video. This time we're going to be explaining impermanent loss to better understand why it can cause problems in decentralized finance. Let's dive in. Impermanent loss occurs when you provide liquidity to a liquidity pool, and the price of your deposited assets changes compared to when you first deposited them. This can result in less profit or lead to an actual loss. Why is it called impermanent loss? Well, until you withdraw your liquidity from the pool, any loss is obviously unrealized. If the asset prices change dramatically, they could also swing back close to the ratio that they were when you originally first deposited. Now, this can get a little confusing, so I've found that in most cases, providing an example helps out dramatically. Let's take a look at Matt and a hypothetical liquidity pool made up of SFI and the stablecoin USDC. Matt is going to be joining this liquidity pool, where in this scenario, the price of one SFI token is $100. Matt will be joining with 100 USDC and 1 SFI, making his total deposit equal to $200. In this example, Matt's total deposit is providing 10% of this pool's liquidity, meaning that the total amount of SFI in the pool is 10 and the total USDC in the pool is 1,000. Most liquidity pools use an AMM, an automated market maker, that necessitates that the multiplied product of each coin supply has to remain constant. The value is easy to find in this case, as we'll just be multiplying the total amount of SFI in the pool with the total amount of USDC in the pool, which gives us our constant, 10,000. This number is important as it establishes essentially a baseline for this pool's value. But as you know, this is crypto, and prices outside of stablecoins are often subject to extreme amounts of volatility. What if the price of SFI goes to $400 instead? Now, this is good news for a lot of people, but in Matt's specific case of being a liquidity provider, how is this going to impact him? This is getting into the weeds a little bit here, and we can go over this in a future video. But when an asset in the liquidity pool tends to significantly outpace its opposite pairing, this causes the ratio of assets to change dynamically. But remember that the constant of the liquidity pool is still 10,000. So in order to maintain that same constant, because SFI is worth more now, there doesn't need to be as much of it in this liquidity pool anymore. So while the liquidity pool still has a constant value of 10,000, the ratio of assets in this pool have changed now that SFI is worth more. Matt still has his 10% share of the liquidity pool, but the actual assets that he holds have changed. So what was once 1 SFI and 100 USDC is now zero point 0.5 SFI and 200 USDC. Again, he still has 10% of the liquidity pool, and he has made some money off of providing liquidity. In fact, he's actually doubled his initial investment. But he would have made more money had he just hung on to his 1 SFI and 100 USDC. That is impermanent loss. So there you have it. I hope that answered a few questions you guys had about impermanent loss, and looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you so much.